The live stream here on Twitch. International Master Slaggy, also known as, or AKA, International Master William Paschall. We're coming to you live from Budapest, Hungary, hosting this Pawnda Swiss Blitz tournament number 28. Here's a link if you'd like to play. You have to be a member of our team. Mr. Kofafa. I gotta do something about my Blitz rating. It's too embarrassing. A little too low. Snuggles the Snail, welcome. Great to see you, Flat Frog. Snuggles is a subscriber. 3-month subscriber. Acerbates in the house. VIP. We'll see if new I tried to make Mr. Move 11 a VIP. Smilefish, thanks for joining us. We've got Sparkle Horse, Jern Vlad, Ninja Hator, Sumaher, Druvgol, that's hard to say, Akshay, Yogalkar, and I don't know how you pronounce J's in Indian languages, but I'm torn because I'm American living in Hungary and I never know how to pronounce J. Whether it's English, Spanish, European, I'll just say Akshay and we'll leave that up to you. Palots, Acerbate, Pranav, Sumil Mitra. We've got 10 players. We're starting the tournament in 12 minutes. Guys, please subscribe to the stream. I want to get at least a subscription today. Some bit donations. Starting the month off right. Supporting our favorite streamer, me. No, I'm just really happy to be here, feeling better after our minor illness on Sunday. I didn't feel well during the simul, but we're better yesterday. Yeah, maybe next week we can do the thematic tournament, Mr. Coffee. That sounds good. It's reasonable. I didn't want to do it too soon. Either next week or the following week. Both are good. Maybe next week would be safer. It really doesn't matter. We can do that. Great idea. Let's go for next week. Thank you for being the best moderator on Twitch ever. Thanks to Snuggles the Snail for following and subscribing. Thanks to all you guys for being subscribers. Astrobay, thanks for being a VIP. You still have those openings. Whenever we want to do the poll, maybe Sunday. Coffee. Yeah, we can do it. Maybe Sunday, maybe Thursday. It's all good. We could do it Thursday. Whenever you're here and you want to do it. Awesome moderation. I've been getting some minor run-ins with trolls lately that claim they're not trolls. Basically, my definition of a troll is anyone who's like obnoxious in the chat is a troll. They're like, I'm not a troll. So I'm frustrated when Mr. Coffee's not here. I've been so spoiled is the word I'm looking for with you around, Mr. Coffee, keeping them at bay. Asprey doesn't really drink vodka. Alright, speaking of vodka, I don't have any vodka. I do have some beers in the fridge. Some Dr. Pepper. We have Dr. Pepper or beer. Or water. Water is a good place to start. Or iced tea. I try not to drink too much calories of sugary drinks, but when I used to play poker online for dozens of hours, I remember I used to drink amazing amounts of cola and then gave it up. Just coffee now. Guys, we've got 10 players. Please subscribe. Every little subscription helps. If you want to support the stream, appreciate it. Alright, we got 5 minutes till tournament starts. 10 players. We should talk about the tournament. It's a 9-round 9-round Blitz tournament, 5+3 casual. Here's the link once more. None of the really big guns are here. Jernvlad is pretty strong. He's the only player other than me who's close to 2200. I think Jernvlad is a little underrated, but he does have a tendency to get into time pressure. That's probably the reason why he's not 2200. Alright. But he's capable of playing really good games. So all of you guys are. Sumahair, Ninja Hathor, pretty tough. Acerbate. Welcome everyone. Let's see who's lurking. Cheesy Noob is lurking and not joining the tournament. Brian is lurking. Anonymous is lurking. Lurking in their lurkum. You looked and PayPal just offered me a line of credit. I just constantly get these like letters from PayPal trying to offer me something. Credit cards and whatnot. Filling up my post office box with garbage. Never take like a loan from like a company or something because you'll never stop getting advertisements from them. This one company that I took a loan from paid it off. The worst part isn't paying back the loan. The worst part is like getting advertisements for the rest of your life. Would you like to have another loan? No, I'd like you to stop sending me these emails where you're trying to offer me a loan. Did you get that too, Mr. Coffee? I've got the endless. You're accepted for another loan. No, I don't need another loan. I just needed one loan, very briefly. And now, you know, can I pay you to stop sending me emails about offering me another loan, a loan opportunity? Yeah, I guess so. I've got the smallest interest rate in the world on my bank account. It must be hard to make money. Lending money doesn't work very well these days. Yeah, it's sort of sad to send the weed master down to pick up my mail because there's never anything important in there. But you never know. That's the problem. Might be that winning lottery ticket someone stuck in my mailbox or something. Can always hope. Mortgage refinancing, maybe you should do it. Alright, we got 6 minutes till the tournament starts. Gotta be careful. Don't talk about the housing market or I'll lose my mind. I don't want to think about cryptocurrency or prices of houses. I just don't. Please just don't. Don't talk about finance. We're going to play some chess here. The King Midas of if investment is me. Alright, we've got Jernvlad, Ninja Hathor, Sumahair. No one else is coming in. Brian, where are you? Brian's in the lurking stage. You guys can always join late. Don't forget. You can join up until halfway through the tournament. Dude, robocalls. That's the best thing about Hungary, though. We don't have as many robocalls as in the United States. The robocalls are the worst. Oh, the renewing your auto warranty? I had this one that was for like 10 years now. I don't even have a car and I'm still getting it. Like, I didn't have a car for 5 years and they're sending me that fake scam about my auto warranty. Alright, Sharma Prana, thanks for joining. Nikki Morris said, I'd like to join the tournament, but I've submitted a request. Okay, I'll get to your request. For some reason, my lichess messages don't automatically refresh. There it is. Nikki Mura, the only requirement is to have 100 rated games. You've easily exceeded that with 162. Welcome to the tournament and the team. Pawnda Swiss Blitz 28 Suba Mihai Memorial? No, he's still alive. What's a living memorial? We'll have a living memorial. Brian can't do it. I wonder why you were lurking. A living memorial to Grandmaster Shuba Mihai. I don't know if it's Suba or Shuba, because he's Romanian, but it's technically close to a Hungarian name. I'm not really certain. Most people say Suba. Like tuba. Alright. We've got 11 players. Cheesy Noob jumped in. Now second ranked at 2175. I keep forgetting this is Blitz. Cheesy Noob fallen from his heights of 2200 down to 2175. We got no really high rated guys like Schieber Spieler, Aldisto, Cormoran, Zen Chess, those murderers. So this looks like it's going to be less powerful than the average. But I'm happy to see some lower rated players join. And don't be surprised if someone doesn't show up for the first round. It happens every week. The biggest drawback with the Swiss systems is the people join the tournament and then they forget they joined and they don't show up for round one. That can only happen in round one. So I apologize in advance for your opponent who didn't show up. But there's really no other choice. I wonder if there'd be some way to manually kick people out of the tournament. We could have attendance. Cheesy Noob here? Check. Zernvlad here, and I could kick out people who weren't at attendance. That's like a real tournament, you know. If you're not there, they don't pair you in the first round. I guess, for the most part. Oh man, my beer. This is bad. I think my beer might be frozen. That's not good. Let's go for a non-frozen beer. What's the freezing point of beer? We've had this discussion before. I need to defrost my refrigerator. Freezing point of beer significantly higher than the freezing point of liquor. Mad Ramus, you can't finish the tournament. Well, thanks for joining anyway. Carlsberg. Mrs. Arlsberg. All I know is the freezing point for beer is lower than the freezing point for Diet or for Dr. Pepper. I'm making Dr. Pepper slushies in my fridge by putting them next to the freezer. My son really likes it. The advantages of not defrosting your fridge, you can make Slurpees. Miro BTW's back. Alright. Welcome. Join. He's in 5th place. We've got 13 players. Akshay is new here. Actually, you're not new here. You've played before. Alright, we've got 13 players to start. It's harder to make free sugar than alcohol. Alcohol actually has, a higher freezing or lower freezing point than water. Definitely. That's why you can put grain alcohol or vodka in the fridge or in the ice box. We'd always put vodka in the ice box. E4 C6. Karo Khan. Whoa. My opponent is playing quickly. This is a Blitz game, so I'm gonna pour this half beer and concentrate on playing chess. I'm kind of relaxed and used to playing rapid too much. or really weak players on anonymous games lately. Last night, this morning, I played some anonymous players. I like to just like beat on the anonymous players for like sadistic torture. D takes c4, highly unusual move there, but it's playable. It's playable. Why not? It's no different than like taking with the queen on d5 and putting it back on d8. This is a critical position. This is basically a Steinitz. Well, would have been a Steinitz like Queen's Gambit accepted with knight c6. He's setting up with a different formation. I think I had d5. I think you've got d5 already threatened in this position. Even if knight b6, white's better. It's like the Caro-Kann Scandinavian complex. Now it's not as dangerous. He'll just take it and trade stuff off. I think I'm going to pass on d5. It's probably not enough. It's very interesting. I had an almost identical game yesterday. Again, against an anonymous player. Good luck, everybody. So, anonymous player yesterday was something like this. They played a6. I played a4. Now, this was not played. This is an important moment. If bishop h4... or bishop e3, or bishop d2, for that matter. Karpov. Korchnoi Karpov, different position, same idea. Karpov did like knight h5. I'm not sure if that's appropriate in this exact position. Black's a little behind in development to be playing like knight h5, trying to trade pieces. That was from their match, one of their matches, the Massacre in Murano. If you don't know historical chess, you should learn it. b6 looks like an interesting move. Wow. The advantages and disadvantages of this exact position. The other guy played like a6. Black's passive but very solid. Another way to look at it would be that it's a semi-Tarrasch reversed. One thing is that the rook defends my queen, so knight c5, there's no weird tricks like that. Uberdrive with historical chess reference. It's like he has a historical chess reference detection system. If there's an historical chess reference made, he shows up on my stream. Normally he's not here. But I guess timing has something to do with it as well. Okay, this queen c7 looks sus. Get back here. Where do you think you're going? Oh no, he walked into that. Unbelievable. What is happening? Is it authorized to toy the opponent? You're French, English. Funny how you say that. You're Fringlish. Bishop a6. if that works, man, I'm going to eat my hat, right? That's an old expression. Bishop takes d6, bishop takes b5, bishop takes c7. I should be able to win at least the exchange. That's the best I can come up with. I figured out a way, I think, to win the exchange. Well, it's not nice. It's authorized. Look, if people won't resign in totally lost positions, I started playing Hearthstone again. It's just like for diversion. It's like when I'm just want to melt my mind and not think about something. Hearthstone is like almost mindless. And I realized the other day, like, it's similar to chess. If people won't resign in Hearthstone in like a totally lost position, it just occurred to me it's the same thing. You know, you need to resign. They need to learn how to resign. So if they don't want to resign in a lost position, you should troll them. That's fine. If they deserve it, you know, I torment people who don't know how to resign. But you never torment like innocent people. That's just bad and mean-spirited. So it's authorized to toy with the opponent if they're, you know, unsportsmanlike in some way. We never do that to an innocent. Like make 8 queens or whatever. You want to teach them a lesson, basically, so they'll never do that again. So I never thought of video games the same way, but it's sort of the same. Like if you have a lost position in Hearthstone, you should resign, not play it out. You're wasting everybody's time. At the highest Hearthstone level, or substitute whatever video game we're talking about. It's funny that you say that, JCAK24, because the only times I ever blunder stalemate are when I'm trying to like make 8 queens against people. It happens more and more frequently for me. Yeah, I mean, of course, I think 2100's kind of high. But if you told anyone like under 2000, like you should never resign, yeah, all right, maybe. Maybe we should make the qualification like under 1800 over the board, or, you know, in the beginner section. At some point, though, you have to draw the line. Teach people to resign. I knew this guy who was almost 2200, who just never ever resigned. It was weird. He wasted so much time and energy playing out, you know, hopelessly lost positions. Imagine doing that in like a 2 games a day tournament. One of the worst mistakes you can make in a serious tournament is to like keep playing your like round 1 game for an extra hour, you know, waste your energy in a completely lost position. Yeah, I mean, I'm not talking about like necessarily 3-0 when nobody has any time left. I'm talking about I've got like 6 minutes in a rapid game and these people are playing on down a queen, you know. That's when you need to resign. Power of the passed pawn. I have like endless time and they don't resign. Queen down. But I mean, the point was, Cheesy was asking if it's alright to torture them, you know, and I give my approval. Now this guy, you know, this position is not, I'm not talking about this game. He's down the exchange. You don't have to resign, you know, because you're down the exchange. This is not the example. But the problem is, like, always, like, where do you draw the line? You know, do you have to be down a queen? Do you have to be down a rook, a whole piece, a couple of pawns? I resigned against Kamsky when I lost a pawn, and people were, like, astonished in an over-the-board game. But that was an exceptional opponent who thrives on being up a pawn in positions and will play for like 7 hours to grind you down and will never ever screw it up. If it was anyone human, I would have not resigned. But there's sometimes you just know. You just resign pawn down against Gata automatically. Oops, the pre-move. Man, that was like Psychic Network. I dialed the Psychic Network. Is Lieutenant Hor there? Alright. Back to tournament. I can read your mind. Hey, it's Miro with a win on the scoreboard against Astrobate. Sumahara got a win. Of course, we got a forfeit. No, that's a late. What is that? You got a bye? Sumamitra got a bye. Goiju draw against Cheesy Noob. Pilots draw. Cheesy Noob aforementioned draw. But the heavy hitters are coming in. Zen Chess and Uber Driver with late entries with half-point buys. Esmerchea draw. So there's still one game. The Jernvlad. Jernvlad, good player, but does get in time pressure. Wow. Jernvlad was like up the exchange and winning, but he just hung his rook the minute we like went to his game. That's pretty brutal. Oh, he didn't hang it. He lost it. No, it was a combo. All right, never mind. He didn't have a move there. He's busted. That's a minor upset. The Iceman. If it's in a simul and you're probably the only board left, probably not. Imagine adding up all that lost time, having to live it back all at once. It sounds like a Twilight Zone episode. There was never any Twilight Zone episodes about chess. That would be cool. The chess master had to like live back all of those games. He wouldn't resign all the time from the games. He should have resigned. Welcome to the tournament, guys and girls. View tournament. We got 2 minutes between rounds. 9-round blitz. Lots of draws. Two draws is pretty unusual for round 1 of a blitz tournament. You see a lot of decisive results generally in blitz in general, and especially in the first round, where they're like major rating disparities. So Akshay beat 300 points higher rated Jernvlad with a rook takes e3 combo, but his position was a big advantage. He had outplayed Jernvlad and had more time when he had the winning combo. Sumahara with the win, but he was paired down. Miro with the win, paired down. How did Astrobate play? Was it a Rossalimo Sicilian? Oh, what was that? C3 Sicilian? Hey, it's Miro. Can I guess the opening? Guys, please subscribe to the stream if you're not subscribed. Do so. Hyper Accelerated Dragon. So you let him play the Hyper Accelerated Dragon? You did C3 or what? What did you do? Bishop takes F7 check. What did you play on move 3? Astrobate should be well aware of the Bodler. Oh, C3, D5. Wow. I've never seen him play that before. And actually, Astrobait's been doing stuff like that with white himself, of all things. Antonio Morales, VIP. Baby. Bring the baby. Beat an international master. I need something against this guy's Queen C2 Nimzo. Let's go old school. He's too well prepared for me now. What's this? You thinking? E3. What is that? We can actually transpose to the Caro-Kann Panov. Probably not black's best move, though, objectively. What's the problem with white's setup? I mean, how do you take advantage of that queen on c2? This is no time to be thinking like it's a rapid game. This is no time for thinking, man. Bishop to g5. Agricultural move. I miss poker terminology. Much more colorful terminology. I feel like we had this position previously on the show. I bet I didn't play that last time. I think I played Queen A5 in a previous game. But what is this? It's like a weird Nimzo or a Rogozin where he's played Queen C2. I wonder why he doesn't play the right move. You know, why he doesn't play... Why is he not playing D takes C5 in the opening? For me, that's really strange. And Rook D1 is kind of weird. More and more suspicious. This is like how Lambit Ol once, where he was black, he did like Bishop A5, Bishop D8 against me. And I forgot the bishop was there. And I later let him play like Bishop A5. And it came from D8, like the swamp creature. And Alexander Ivanov was like, everyone saw Bishop A5 except for you. Of course, because every day you're like playing a Nimzo with a bishop on D8. You know, it's completely normal, everyday position. Everyone in the room. There's a tempo. If you think it's normal to have a bishop on D8 in the Nimzo, you know, sure. I guess that's standard. But it's just not that common. I wasn't used to that, you know, reappearance of the swamp monster. I just hung the exchange and just resigned. Speaking of resigning in a prompt fashion, I've never been accused of playing out, you know, lost positions inappropriately. I'm not afraid to resign. Guys, support the stream. Got no gift subs this week, no donations. I'm depressed. This is what, our second stream of the week. Our first stream of the month. Today is the 1st of June. D takes C4. We didn't have a hype train on Sunday. What happened to the hype train conductor? Asterbait. So you get current hype train conductor. Does that give you some sort of ability to summon a hype train? Can you summon a hype train? Or is that just symbolic? Hype train guide. Hype train incoming. Supersized celebration when community members unite to support a streamer they love. It's cool. Astrobate is the hype train conductor. Now I don't know what I should play. B6, knight e7, bishop d7, rook d8, rook d8. I don't know. I like my game, but I don't know. Give me that pawn. It was good to see Antonio. We're closing in on 400 games with Antonio. We have the we're gonna have to have a stream for 500 games. 500th anniversary stream. Like one of those losers who has a stream anniversary for every occasion. Is there a trap here? Some kind of trap? Is that a stupid question? Every stupid question deserves a stupid answer. Maybe he's got something here. But I think he just, he just goes with the flow. He's playing with instinct. Rook d1. Highly recommended. It comes highly recommended. Be afraid. I like rook d1. Excellent move. That's my main concern here. Absolutely. Back rank mate. Queen takes c4, rook d8 mate. I can't take the bishop on c4. Just kidding. The swamp monster comes back to f8 and ruins his day. If he does that. I mean, I really do need to develop at some point. Development is important. On some level, some fundamental level. Is this seriously a blunder if I play that? Yeah, I don't know. This is tricky. Bishop d7 drops a piece. Weird, huh? Pretty cool maneuver by this guy. Queen e2. So I think we get careful. Scareful. No. No. I feel like I'm playing the Sicilian. Like seriously, if Queen c7, Knight b5 were still doing this? Wow. Oh my gosh. He's a scary dude. All tactics? I think you should be playing e4, man. Maybe e4 would be better for you. Need to more tactical positions. What? Not the draw offer. I was thinking rook d8. Take, take, take. Draw offer is pretty bad, man. That's really inappropriate. You got back rank weaknesses. You're losing a pawn minimum with bishop takes d5. Queen takes b2. You have less material against an IM. I can't see offering a draw there. I mean, for a moment you have equal material. All right, nice try. But I'm not going to consider taking a draw. I could very easily just play bishop d5 and queen b2 and be up a pawn. But the heavy piece endgame is, it's a little more drawish than with the minor pieces on. So I decided to go for this. I think this is probably winning for black. You don't really want to do heavy pieces. That's definitely sketch. I don't understand how he's 1600 in bullet, but he makes like instantaneous moves. For me, that's really weird. Wow. He's 1600 in bullet. How does that work? That you're 1600 in bullet? I don't understand, dude. How can you be 1600 in bullet? Like, check him out. He's 1600 in bullet. I don't get it. Like, how can you play so fast when you're 1600 in bullet? He defended with like perfect moves at the end. I just dropped everything. I don't know, man. That's ridiculous. I literally dropped my queen. I just lost everything. I was so pissed, you know? I'm +5, but he has this weird move, bishop d5. He played this in 3 seconds, and I couldn't find the winning move. And I'm still winning. But I forgot, first of all, This is just a blunder. This whole game he has one blunder, 20 CPL. How does that work? How can it come out to 0 inaccuracies, 0 mistakes? You were lucky. Sumaher, how can you be 1600 in bullet? Can you answer that question for us? And be that fast and that good in time pressure? I want to understand. How does that work? How could your bullet rating be 1600 if you can find those moves so quickly? I would say you'd be like 2100 in bullet. You know, maybe 1900 in classical. Your bullet rating should actually be like higher rather than lower. But you made no inaccuracies the whole game and had a lost position -5. I don't understand how that works. I don't think the computer analysis of the games is working right. Someone must have analyzed that on their phone. But he's played 700 bullet games. It's just like, I don't know where to begin. Like, I'm pissed that he won't resign. I'm pissed that I hung a pawn. I'm pissed that I made another blunder. I made like 4 blunders in a row, and then I hung my queen. Whatever. But no, I mean, it's not a game where he should resign in Blitz. In a tournament game, you should resign that position, but not in Blitz. I'm not angry that he didn't resign, you know, but I just don't understand how he can be 1600 in bullet and be faster and better in bullet than he is in Blitz. He's actually like 2100 bullet strength. Dude, it's kind of not right if you play in a bullet tournament with that rating. That's not fair. That's depressing. That's like the stupidest game I've ever lost in a Blitz tournament that I hosted before. I hung both extra pawns and then dropped my queen because I was like depressed, basically. Like, I played a great game. I completely outplayed him, deserved the win, and then I don't win the game. Basically, he played badly the whole game, and then played fast and like moused me at the end. Yes, Uber driver, I'm pissed about it. But this player now, we've got a new player who plays bullet chess in Blitz. It's like a disease, man. I don't know how else to express this. It's becoming like an incurable disease. It's hard to focus after that last game. I feel kind of ill. After that, after you work so hard, play a good game, and the guy just like plays bullet chess like a genius to steal it. It's hard to, yeah, Uber driver, it's hard to accept that. He played badly, he deserved to lose. It was kind of ridiculous. It's a miracle that he got to a drawn position. And obviously he would have been happy with that. This game is kind of creepy. This player, I mean, dude, why are you playing in this tournament? You should be playing in a bullet tournament. This is like the worst time management I've ever seen. What are you doing? Wow, that's a weird move. Why are you playing like it's a 1 minute game? I don't get it. Yes, there are other time controls besides bullet. Well. I have nothing to say about this. You know, it doesn't matter if you're 8 years old. It's like, you should already know better. If you're that good and you're like 8 years old, somebody should have told you to take your time by now. If you're 2000. This is like my pet peeve. Why are people playing bullet in 5+3? It's hopeless. Hopeless. So imagine what your rating could be if you actually took your time. Kids today have short attention spans. It's weird. He's like... actually defending this in a sort of logical way. I don't understand. I seriously don't understand. Do you know who I am or what I do? Do you really think I just like gave you a night for nothing? Man. We got a raid from Vivian. Well, Vivan. Not Vivian. Vivan. By the way, caught the stream yesterday. It's legal to have adult-only tournaments. Well, I mean, yeah, legal. We'll get sued by some sort of right-wing lawyer or something. You mean has it been done, though? Do people do that? We can't get like a civil suit against us for discriminating against youth? My last opponent is like playing bullet chess. And then I gave them a free night. Alright, let's see what Sumher is up to now. He's got 3 minutes, and Miro's fast too. 3 minutes to 1 against the fast Hey It's Miro. Basically, this is a a very close matchup by rating. It's not that I hate kids. It's just that I hate like going to a tournament where there's no adults at all. You know, I mean, it's crazy. I told about the tournament in Zalakaros where I played, and I played everybody that I played was 30 or under, but there was only one person who was like 30, and the rest were all like under 18. In a 9-round tournament, I felt like I was playing in a scholastic event. Man, that's depressing. You see, that's why adults aren't coming back to chess. You know, nobody wants to be humiliated. It's one thing to lose to like one 7-year-old kid, but like one after another, after another, after another. Plus, there's no one to like socialize with. Chess players are notoriously social. But, yeah, no, I mean, seriously, it's a good idea. I think the U.S. Chess Federation should, for example, the U.S. Chess Federation should do something to encourage adults to play chess again, because most of them basically don't anymore. Every adult tournament now feels like it's a scholastic event, and that's been trending for a long time, but it's gotten more and more. It goes beyond like the U.S. Chess Federation to all through the world. And I understand chess. It's great that kids are involved in chess, but everybody should be involved in chess. Not just men, not just women, not just kids, not just adults. It should be universal. You know, older people. But nowadays I go to a tournament and it's just a few pensioners and then millions of little kids and nobody in the middle. Yeah, I wonder if Kurto's going to come back after the pandemic. Uber driver, how old is he now? Does he still play? I heard he still plays. He can still play. Well, I mean, bowling's different because it requires physical strength to use an adult ball. So we can't, and plus there's beer drinking at the board. Bowling's cool, man. No kids. You can drink beer at the bowling alley. No, I'm sure, man. I'm sure. Kids are just as good as adults when they get to be like teenagers. But I mean, seriously, the bigger ball has more power, so you're the expert, but I'm assuming you've got more strike power with the heavier ball. Maybe it's not necessary to have the heaviest ball to have perfect scores. You won a darts tournament with your dad? There's a guy here, my former team captain. He's involved in the Hungarian Darts Association. This is like happening again now. Sumaher is just going to mow down the entire field like a master. Damn. He's like outplaying Hayes Miro brutally, using only 3 minutes for the whole game. Ouch. I think we're going to see the 9-0 Sumaher. Maybe I should make these tournaments rated. Then we'll really see what's up. Alright, Cheesy Noob against Zen Chess. Whoa. Cheesy Noob is dangerous. But I think Zen Chess is still trying to figure out what planet he's on. As I said earlier, Cheesy Noob has a very strange style and he's hard to figure out. Once you figure him out, you can play, but I had trouble at first. Must be a lot of kids like getting bowling injuries, Mr. Coffee. You know, throwing a heavy bowling ball can definitely do some jerky stuff to your body. Cheesy Noob is done. Zen Chess, look at Zen Chess's score against Cheesy Noob. This is like classic. 2 wins for Cheesy Noob, and then 2 wins for Cheesy Noob, and then 2 wins for Zen Chess. See, that's what happens. It takes you a couple games to figure him out, And now Zen Chess has his number. There's like a learning curve to playing against Cheesy Noob. Anyway, I don't care if I lost the game, whatever. Sumeris over. No, they're still playing? What? My god. Hey, Esmiro's still alive. It would take a miracle to save that position. Thanks everybody for joining the stream. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Tomorrow we're going to be back on Wednesday. Tomorrow is Weird Openings Wednesday. You have to change your openings, maybe, Cheesy Noob. Start liking bishops more than knights. Yeah, he's Mad Ramus. I just assumed everybody knows that by now. But he hasn't been around for a while. Whoa. Oh my god. This is like totally unclear. Sumeher just played too fast. He had it in the bag, but it got out of the bag. He had it in the bag and it got out of the bag. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's all about passed pawns. Both sides have pretty far advanced passed pawns here. Queen c4 looks like a good move. But I think that it's unclear. If Hey It's Miro, yeah, this is his best. Controlling d5. Hey It's Miro is totally still alive here. The bishop's stronger than the knight in a vacuum. I mean, black objectively is a pawn up with a pawn on the 6th, but white still has dangerous passed pawns of his own. I'm not sure about the last move. Now it's really messy. Wait, that's 2 dangerous passed pawns. Whoa. Okay, so now it gets very tricky. So I think maybe white had a move there. King e3, pawn takes pawn. King takes. And you're drawing. After h4, king e3 holds. That was a hard move to find. So even in the endgame today, Sumehara is playing like a master. Oh, you think bishop takes h4. Bishop takes h4. So you got 2 moves. Yeah, that's much easier, Uber driver. Thank you for the obvious suggestion that I missed. The much simpler way. Stalemate. Yeah, simply bishop takes h4. Alright, so Sumehara now has perfect score of 3 out of 3. Lashan, if we pronounce this name phonetically in Hungarian, it means slow, slowly. Lashan, but I'm not sure It doesn't look like a Hungarian word. That's not literally how we would write it. Just a coincidence. Now we should separate the men from the boys. Oh, that was a misclick, Miro? You missed 2 draws. King e3 or bishop takes h4. It was a good game in terms of viewing interest and excitement. Your page isn't updated. Oh. Thank you. Zen chess, 2.5. I think Sumaher should be like 2,300 based on the way he's playing today. No Uber drivers creeping around. 2 points. Oh, you got a buy, a draw, and a forfeit win. Hayes Miro with 2. Jern with 2. Amoeboid was here briefly and gone. You can always come back. Guys, don't forget to subscribe and support the stream. Or gift sub a friend or enemy. We got 27 seconds till the next round. Goiju, with 19 players in total. Astrobait 0 for 3. But I appreciate Astrobait's fighting spirit. He never gives up. I can't believe I hung 2 pawns and my queen in succession against Sumaher. Mikulash. It's like St. Nicholas. Alright, Jernflad we've been doing mostly those Sicilians lately. Those Sicilians. But what if you play g6 against him? Mostly I play knight c6 against him. He's going for Marazzi. Move 11's here, but he just briefly stopped by. Trick variation. Wojciech used to play this. I think I had a game, one of my best games of all time, where I beat Iveta with a crushing tactical thing. It was like a diagram puzzle. Best combinations of first Saturday. My best combination ever. It wasn't really a combination, kind of. It was like a weird geometric puzzle. But this line I've never played, actually. I just thought I'd throw it out. It's the kind of thing that a player who doesn't study a lot of openings maybe doesn't know. Queen a5 check is another move. And I've played the bluff knight f6 here before, which is unsound. But it's never gotten picked off. I've never had that bluff picked off except by a computer once. So this is one of the lines Wei can play. Objectively, I played knight c3 with white, I think. Did I play that? Maybe I'm lying. I don't remember. Okay, kids. You could take on c3 if you're like a really hardcore Roman Gingiashvili bishop takes c3 advocate, but I think that's a little over the top. It's a Rubinstein English. Maybe Roman would play it, I don't know. In this position? Yeah, he'd probably play it anyway. It's similar to one of my many losses against Kaidanov. That was different though. Bishop on e2 instead of bishop on e2 instead of bishop on e3. And then bishop d2. Bishop e2, bishop d2. This is queen d2. So now I could take on c3. I'm still not really turned on by that move. Knight c6 threatens nothing. I know that Gingy likes bishop takes c3, man, but this, it's not so easy. All right, let's do it. But now we're gonna have to really be fully aware. This actually happened in my game with Iveta. She did bishop takes c3 at some point, and I won with a structure with white, which I don't like to play, actually, normally. The structure. I mean, I like my structure. I don't like to play with white structure, is what I'm saying. It was one of the only occasions where I allowed someone to play bishop takes c3. I normally don't go for this with white. In my opponent's shoes. Knight c5. Ooh. Knight c5. Can I do this? Man, I don't know. That other game where I lost, I really lost my mind. He didn't go for knight b5. I mean, here he's sacking the exchange with knight b3, but maybe I shouldn't even give it to him. Well, that's both rooks. Both rooks. Please. He missed knight b5. But I was wondering if I could allow it, like knight b3, knight takes e7 check, king e7, knight takes e6 check, king e7. Maybe it was actually good for me. I forgot when I play queen takes rook on a1, I'm taking the other rook. It's two rooks, not one, if you play king f2 or something. But objectively, he's lost now. That's a cute move. You get 100 points for cuteness. Castles. A cute move award. But cute moves don't necessarily win games. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Today is your easy day. I'm battling back in this tournament. Is my queen going to get trapped? Very likely. Whoa, that was weird. It's like a shadow behind my queen. Guys, please tell your friends about the stream. Bring your friends. We need your support. Pawnda Swiss Blitz, number 28. You told Milo, whatever. I've always had trouble with that name. Milo. That was one of the players who kicked my feet under the table. No, he was Myro. I get them confused. Milo and Myro. Or is it Miro and Milo? Foot kicker. There's Miro. Another Miro. We don't want to get mated on the dark squares. That would be bad. I guess I was the foot kicker. He put his feet under my chair. And it wouldn't have been a big deal, but he like wrote on chessgames.com about it. He posted it in the chessgames.com chat forum. I mean, that's ridiculous, man. To bring up something from like 10 years ago and post it in my games on chessgames.com? Seriously. That's going too far. What if I take... I know this is a bad bishop, but I'm going to do this. Seriously. Vlad is a time pressure addict. He's worse than me. Maybe he's got something here. He's got something here. If f5, I've got to chop it. But we've overprotected g7. g7. Safe. g7 has been voted safe. What do I do? Yeah, this is a typical game for this kind of line, actually. Not unusual. I don't like that last move, knight g3. I'm also overanalyzing the position. I mean, bishop takes c4 makes sense. Definitely. So, dude, you're making my life difficult here. Very hard to finish him off, it appears. It would appear difficult to finish him off. This is tough, man. Taking that bishop takes c3 chop and making it work, that is not easy. I don't know which one of these captures is better. Now we're going to get some answers. Answerdotes. Whoa. That can't work. I'm not even confident in the final position. Alright. Zen chess. Now, Zen chess Sumeher now has 2 minutes. He's literally a strong master suddenly. And he's beaten Zen chess 1-0. Oh, that was a forfeit. Wow. Zen chess, who's actually very fast and strong, he's 2300, is now groveling for a draw here. This is pretty insane, man. Sumeher, you became like 300 points stronger overnight. Okay, his game against me didn't seem that strong. He was just really lucky, but he did defend him incredibly well in the end. Now he crushed another master. Damn. So Zen had the same problem. He lost totally drawn position. But it's the pressure. He's 2 minutes ahead of his master strength opponents every game on time. B5. I thought you were going to play B5 earlier. Yeah, this is really hard with no time left, 7 seconds. But Zen Chess didn't have to take on A4. No, he did have to take on A4. Wow. So let's check this. King C6. And now White played Rook G7. Rook G7. Rook takes A4. Check. Best move. And Black has to be very careful to hold that ending. Well, Dr. Trip Chance, it's too late for you to come in and stop the unbeatable Sumaher, I guess. Just lucky? I don't know. I don't know if you call it luck. He's had such an insane time advantage against all of his opponents. Against me, against Hayes Miro, and against Zen Chess, who's actually very fast. Both Hayes Miro and Zen Chess are very fast players, and Sumahara had 2 minutes over them. He's like stronger than he used to be suddenly. He's able to play on their level, but 2 minutes faster. Another very tough endgame. Smells like a draw. But maybe it's not so easy. I mean, Hayes Miro has chances here. Very tricky, but probably a draw. The bishop, see, this is where we see the bishop really stronger than the knight. Its ability to play both sides of the board. Now it's definitely a draw. But you don't want to play bishop takes h3. Again, Black has chances, but I think it's still a draw. Maybe the big brother is playing. I feel that with a lot of people, Dr. Trip Chance. A lot of people have big brothers. Or friends, let's say. Yeah, I mean, you're probably playing a stronger player. He seems too strong this week. No, he wasn't an engine playing against me. It seems like the normal Sumahara against me, just faster. He's so, you know, in his opening, so it was him. I mean, he played the opening like him. I wouldn't have thought that based on my game. It was just like how fast he played and defended that position. Stronger than usual. But you know, I've played him quite a few times. It couldn't be someone else completely because I recognize his opening play. But his game against me wasn't that impressive. Insanely lucky. Also against you. But the thing that bothers me is how he had 2 minutes more than you, you know? I mean, that's an insane... That's not something you would see who's like somebody's 1900 playing against a 2300 and they're equal strength and they're 2 minutes ahead on the clock. People have friends play on their accounts and stuff. Very little police that. I want to play Astrobate this game. Or just you have your friend there playing with you, you know. There was this one tournament I remember 20 years ago where there were these grandmasters that were cheating. And they planned it out so they had a different GM. This is just a third... I wasn't there, but this is a third-hand story. There was a different GM for every stage of the game. They planned to cheat in this tournament. They had one grandmaster who was the endgame specialist, one who was to handle the openings, one who was to do, you know, tactical positions. They had a whole team of players planning to cheat in this online tournament. It's difficult to do that, though, you know. Well, they will only play to win something specific, you know, like this. They want to win the Pawnda Swiss. We're going to win it this week, boys. But maybe he's just been really lucky this week. He was lucky against me, but his speed against Zenchess and Miro was like overwhelming. He's 2 minutes ahead of both of them on the clock. A guy who's supposed to be 1600 in bullet. That's a little over the top, you know, at that point. I have to call it out. You can't be 1600 in bullet and like 2 minutes ahead of Zenchess and hey, it's Miro on the clock. It's obviously, you know, something weird going on there. Different GMs playing every game. Different GMs playing every facet of the same game. They would switch up like during the game. It didn't work though. I think they didn't win the tournament. The problem is it's like too many chefs spoil the soup analogy starts to apply. It's hard to just like switch positions as a tag team. Uber driver, man. But I guess if they sit there and they're really paying attention and really getting into the game, you could tag team and switch up. They'd have to really pay attention though. You don't just like sit around smoking a cigarette, talking to your friend, and then get substituted into the game when you don't know what's going on. They'd have to be really, really following all the action and then jump in to that specific position to know what's going on. I'm not advocating cheating. I mean, this is a true story. I won't name names, but that was purported to have happened. Grandmaster cheating team. That's why you can't have online tournaments for money, man. Game over. You have grandmasters organizing a team of cheaters to play different phases of the game when there's something serious at stake. Maybe they did win the tournament. Now I can't remember which tournament it was. It was some old Blitz tournament 20 years ago online. Alright, Uber driver, what is this? Main line? Main line. Uber driver playing the Schieber Spieler Oleg Krivonosov style of chess. Also Kramnik versus computer. Uber driver, how do you feel about Emanuel Lasker? Incidentally, Chess24 has reworked their play platform. I've never played a game on Chess24. Honestly, that's how awkward their play site felt. I remember I was playing this poker tournament in Prague, and a couple of the other players were playing like on their mobile apps on Chess24, but I never liked it. So they've got a new... I don't know if C4 is right here, by the way. I had a game against some guy 25 years ago in a tournament who played that against me, Uber driver. You're playing the old Russian guy move. You were shocked when you found out Einstein was a friend of Lasker? Why? Why would you be shocked by that? I mean, they're both German. They're both Jews from Germany. And of the same generation and intellectual. It is pretty amazing if you think about it, but not surprising. Not surprising. But Lasker was apparently a mathematician, not just a chess player. You know? So... Bishop takes d5, bishop c4. When did Lasker immigrate to the United States? Does anybody know that? He left for the United States at the end of his life. He lived the end of his life in New York. 36? Is that right? Yeah, did you know that, Dr. Tripchance? He immigrated to the United States in the last years of his life. And he died in the US. I don't know, how long did he live in the US? It's a good question. Andy Soltis recently had his birthday, Zen Chess. That's kind of a messed up title. Why Lasker Matters. It's a hot seller at the local bookstore. It's kind of sad that you'd have to like make that your title, right? Uber driver's concentrating though. But I'm not an expert at all in chess history, Dr. Tripchance. I feel like I know less than I should for my age and my position. But I'm not really a history person per se. You know, now in the middle age, I kind of regret not studying history more seriously. But I think that's typical. When we're young, we're like, oh, history's boring. You know, and we don't appreciate it till later. Why did I bring it up? Because Uber driver's playing the Lasker variation of the Queen's Gambit Declined. I always wonder who Uber driver is. I have this one friend. Now we know that Uber driver is an Uber driver from Boston or the Boston area, and I used to live there. But we had one particular chess player who I thought might be Uber driver long ago, who was a fan of Emanuel Lasker. So I always try to sort of see if I can get any secret insights into Uber driver's identity. But there was this master in Connecticut, which is not far from Boston, named Dr. Platt. And he taught chess players in Connecticut. He was one of Lasker's students. So it was like the last kind of like the last student of, so sort of like the last example of Lasker's legacy in the United States. Dr. Platt was a relatively weaker master, I guess. I never met him, he was before my time, but I'm just saying that's what I know. And knowledge is power. I wanted to centralize my king, then I second guessed myself. We're gonna go over here. It's centralized. Weight is better based on pawn structure. In 1937, the Lascars left the Soviet Union, moved to the Netherlands, to the United States. Good time to leave. Their timing was excellent, I would say. Being world chess champion would probably give you pretty good, insightful sense of timing, I would imagine. Of course, Wikipedia is suspect. That goes without saying. We gotta find a way, you know, to get better chess info other than Wikipedia. But I don't think the history of chess is a big seller. Ask Andy Soltis. Wow, he played g6. g6 looks sus. g6 is kind of seriously sus. Now g5. Are you like tricking me? Was that a subtle psychological trap to get me to play h4? Man, what about the h-file? The h-file cometh. Uber Driver is a fast player, but I guess he likes using his time. We're gonna have a visitor. Now I don't know about that. I don't know about that knight on a7, man. Knight b5, rook c8, knight takes a7. I'm not sure that works here. Maybe we better not do that. Strike one. Maybe I don't even want that pawn. I'll get it later. Thank you. We got him based on pawn structure. The big island. Alright, the next... Oh, Sumaher crushed another player. I think it's going to be a perfect score tonight. But he's actually the favorite against Goiju. But that's kind of a weird pairing. How did he get Goiju? Did Goiju have a perfect score? Man, I thought it would be another higher rated opponent. Goiju's down in 5th place. He had 2.5 out of 4. That Zen chess win against Sumaher maybe puts him beyond capture. There's basically no one else that can beat Sumaher in his current master strength level. We didn't know he was a master. Dr. Tripchance beating Astrobate might be able to make it by the last round. Lasker was actually a really strong modern style player. The narrative that he just used psychology is false. I kind of agree, man. I don't know. A lot of people diss him, but I don't know. He just seemed... to me, he was just a really strong player. I don't see... I mean, yes, he had psychology, a good understanding of psychology too. I think he was a strong modern player too. I kind of agree. I don't ever diss Lasker. But I also like Steinitz. Jernvlad versus Cheesy Noob. I know some strong players who are dissing on Steinitz. Okay. Ben Feingold. Or whatever. Cheesy Noob going for the win. Ooh, this is tricky, man. That pawn is a monster. And your king is cut off. I think it's winning now, although there could be some freaky draw here. I would think black has to check on... He has to check there, and with pretty good checking distance. That could be some kind of weird draw. Check, king d6. Check, king e7. Check, king d8. I wouldn't be surprised. Let's see. I want to see this position. Right before this move here, rook b5 check is still a draw. I mean, no, the computer says it's lost. Wow, but I mean, if there's any chance, this looks like a freaky chance. Check here, check back. That doesn't make progress. Where are we making progress? King e7. This is the line I actually just called. This is weird, man. Check. King f8. Okay. Takes. Yeah, it's over. Yeah, f8 was right, Zen Chess. Going to f8. Guys, everybody, please support the stream if you can. Subscribe. Tell your friends about the stream. We're going to be back Wednesday morning, 11 a.m. CEST. We've got no donations of 1 bit. Nobody gives a bit toward the stream this week. It's so sad. Somebody donate a bit, please. I feel bad. How's the Swiss business? I blundered, and now Sumaher is never going to relinquish the perfect score. Thank you, Mr. Coffee. I feel better now. At least somebody donated 1 bit. Alright, that's all. It's the thought that counts. I just want to have 1 bit in there. Prime the pump. I lost to Sumaher, and now I have to play Zen Chess. You told your brother. Yeah, that's what I said. Tell your friends and family. Now, Mr. Coffee added 199, and Zen Chess added 2 bits. Dude, that's terrible. Zen Chess thought he was going to be the bit leader by donating 2 bits, and Mr. Coffee, like, he just blocked him with a 199. Like, he just faked him into donating 2 bits. Zen Chess is sitting there, I can't believe I just donated 2 bits. For nothing. Because Mr. Coffee just came with the 199. Like, check raised him. That's crazy, man. Mr. Coffee showing off the poker skills. Mr. Coffee with the check raise to 200. Alright. Thank you, guys. I rely on you to support the stream. A small percentage of the viewers, but it really helps. Choosy Noob had to leave. I'm sorry, that's very bad if he said before he was going to leave, but that's not good. Well, I think he said he couldn't play the whole tournament when we started. Maybe it has something to do with that. Or maybe he's just intimidated by your unbeatable performance today. I don't know. The weird H4 has confused me. But he should have just withdrawn from the tournament, because that's just bad. You could be pretty sure who you're going to get paired with at this point. If he didn't want to play you, he should have just withdrawn. So Zen Chess busting a closed Sicilian with H4. So I know that they play this way with black Zen Chess. Alexander Ivanov would sometimes play the H5 against people who played the English. It's basically the same thing with colors reversed. But you don't see this too much. It's okay, it's just a friendly tournament, Bijak. No problem. There's no such thing as a friendly tournament. But seriously, D4 might be a strong move at some point. So I don't want to see that now. Zen Chess, a player who's capable of playing the Open Sicilian 2 now. But don't worry. You're not going to have a perfect score if Dr. Chipchance catches up to your pairing point group. Do we still have time? But it probably means I'm not going to make it. Queen D2. What's happening here? Yeah, castling queenside in the closed Sicilian Zen Chess? Seriously? Does that seem right? I've told all the children not to cast queenside in the Benoni, in the closed Sicilian with white. In the London system, this is not a place where you want to castle queenside. But by all means, I'm not trying to talk you out of it. Zen and I have 142 games. Whoa, Rook F1, is that a mouse slip? Black to move and win. I wish. Is this black to move and win? Puzzle master. It's a lichess puzzle. Black to move and win. Damn it, it doesn't work. Black to move and lose? Does that work? Dude, it's just not my day today. It's really not my day today. Bishop takes g2. I forgot he had bishop takes g7. It's just not my day today. I almost fell down the steps in my apartment. I sneezed while I was feeding my fish. And as a consequence, I like banged my head on the dresser. And then I can't even say what happened because it's too embarrassing. All in like one action earlier today. Man, this is just depressing. Zen Chess had it all figured out. But that's probably like the scariest thing. The scariest thing is like he played this weird move like rook f1, trying to lull me into this false sense of security here. Haha, your bishop's trapped. Yeah, it was like a Dr. Seuss thing. My daughter was there when the thing happened when I was feeding the fish. I like overslept, I was like sleepy, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna sneeze. And I just like sneezed this huge sneeze, and then my head banged into the dresser. She was laughing hysterically. Oh, the cruel family members. Am I losing a piece yet? But it was funny because then later in the day I almost fell down the steps. But luckily it was only the bottom of the steps. The maximum I could have like twisted my ankle. Nothing like really serious. But it always seems to happen like that. You know, you have one day when all these stupid things happen. Develop. Zen Chess with his devious plan. That's another Dr. Seuss story. Zen Chess and the devious plan. This is ridiculous, man. I played bishop f3. I mean, okay, I could have played cd4, bishop f3, d takes c3. I'm down a pawn opposite colored bishops. Maybe that's objectively safer than what I did. Now I'm just down a pawn. With the knight on the side of the board. Even better. Good night. Good night, sweet bishop. Dude, this sucks. I'm gonna keep making worse moves till it just gets worse and worse. Whatever. F3. At least I'm just one pawn down in an ending. That's my favorite place to be. This reminds me of this freaky game I had against the player last year. Much better version than this, though. That's nothing. Don't worry about that. Don't mind that guest. He's not there. He's not going to hurt you. He's just a advisor. He's an observer. You got this totally under control, Sanchez. Nothing can possibly go wrong here. Everything is completely under control. He sees everything. He got me off the 7th. Maybe I shouldn't have let him do that. Well, I'm down to less time than him. I thought I had more time. It's criminal. Wow. He's got insane skills. See, this is why it's so weird that Sumahara beat him so easily with so much time. He's got crazy skills in the speed department. He's super fast. It was surprising to see him lose by a 2-minute deficit against Sumahara. He's crazy fast. I'm actually struggling on the time. Look at him trying to win, dude. It's unbelievable. You see how fast he is? And you're telling me that Sumaher beat him with 2 minutes plus? I mean, that's really out of control, dude. Were you winning there? I thought you had A5. I was freaking out that I was lost here. How do I draw this? What? Just rook F7? Well, that's lucky. Sumaher won again. No, that was the forfeit. Okay, 1 minute to go. Yeah, knockout tournament in lichess would be cool. Definitely, they should have more formats. It doesn't seem like they've been adding any features lately. Here's the rest of the bits you bought. Alright, man. Sorry for the swindle. The endgame was really bad. I mean, I was even marginally pushing better at one point. Zenchess, the second leading donator for this week. 100 bits. Mr. Coffee with 200. Thank you, guys. Well, I think different formats are interesting. I made a really funny blunder in that game, thinking I had a study like win, playing a study like loss. With bishop f3. Hype train a coming. Oh Lord, the hype train is coming. But if there's anything that Zenchess is good at, man, I mean, he's really fast, and I can't imagine being like 2 minutes ahead of him on time. That's not easy to do. So, alright. We got the Queen's Gambit accepted. Is the hype train coming? I think you're lying. Acerbate. Hype train today on a Tuesday? Is that scheduled? Is that a scheduled hype train stop? I'm not sure, man. Move 11 with 100. You never know. We had a hype train on a Thursday once. Appreciate you guys. Mr. Coffee, Zenchess, and Move 11 donating 200, 100, 100 bits. I don't know. Who's the hype train conductor? What is this, round 7 or round 8? You know, I wish you would know. Like, wish you could know. I wish you would freaking say, like, Pawnda Rapid Swiss or Pawnda Blitz Swiss round 7 or something, you know? It's not a big deal. That would be a cool feature if it said, like, above the names of the players. Here it says Pawnda Swiss Blitz 28, but, you know, the round, maybe. And we can't ask too much of lichess. It's a free site, you know. The developers, most of them don't, you know, work for free. Except for his greatness. Bishop e7. Miro BTW with 201, taking the lead. Now I'm smiling. Did you see that play by Zenchess last game? Thank you, Miro. I feel kind of bad for him because he actually played the ending well. And then, like, hesitated just when he had a winning position. In some moment. Speaking of psychology, you know, there's a lot of psychology that goes into Blitz. The way that Zenchess has so much skill, but he sort of didn't have confidence at that last moment when he just had it just about won. Okay, it's not easy. The really hard part is deciding between investing in time, saving time, or thinking and thinking and thinking. Should he have thought more? Thunk. So we got the freaky queen c7 with the h2 sort of Siberian trap theme. Zoli Varga, my former teammate and friend, and Tony Miles have played a version of that. But if you want to do that, man, you should play... Goju, you should play the... how does it go now? You should take right away on d4. That's a like specialty variation. Don't mess around with this castling nonsense. Well, I know one format that's not fair, and that's the arena format. That's not gonna fly in a real world. That's like the most unfair format ever. So we're gonna backdoor into a game I had with Charles Hurtan years ago. Actually, he had played bishop d6. If we play knight c6, bishop d2, one of my first wins against like a 2500 player, USCF 2500 player. Way before I had ever like won against a GM. But the bishop's more active on d6. I think he's playing for the Siberian trap though. Knight g4. If he has his knight on g4 here already, he could play cd4, cd4, knight d4, knight d4, knight d4, queen h2 check, king f1, queen h1. And that's from the most famously in the Smith-Morra. I hate the Smith-Morra, but facts are facts. That trap is best well known in the Smith-Morra. But I've seen it here. You know, it looks like he's trying to set that up. It's too slow now. I'll just play bishop e1 and guard the d4 pawn with my rook. Forcing moves. Yeah, Charlie was an IM strength player. He should have been an IM, but he like quit right when he was trying to make an effort to become an IM. We played some tournaments in Europe together. He definitely would have made it. But then he like suddenly stopped going for the norms. But he was extremely strong in strategic play and endgames. It's funny that he wrote a chess book on tactics, because it's actually like his weakest phase. But maybe that's why. That's why he did it. I don't know, to prove he could do that. I recommended that book to a student of mine, but they didn't like it. But I guess it's not necessarily a book for beginners. The Forcing Moves book. But the whole concept of forcing moves, you know, you have to understand it's like very critical for calculation. But Charlie became a hermit. He lives in Western Massachusetts and sells coins. He's a coin dealer. Got to make a living somehow. FIDE Master Elon Schwartz. Chess leads to perpetual brokenness. Quote unquote. That was before Hikaru Nakamura started streaming. Now we don't know what earns more, the World Series of Poker or chess streaming. We got d6 here. Am I getting carried away? He's like, what? But I started to find my groove, like, tactically. Which usually happens after, like, 5 or 6 games. Unfortunately for me, it's, like, too late in this tournament. That queen is a little short of squares. Although Hey It's Miro has shown a real affinity for liking... He likes to have his queen, like, out in front of the pawn structure where it can be trapped. He did that earlier. But this is not him. This is Goidyu. But I have you in my mind for that game. Hey, it's Miro. I even started to believe that I was playing you at some point. You're in the tournament. You donated 201 bits. I got the Yusupov Bishop. Coming with the call system. For you. Don't mess with my call, Mr. Coffee. Collingswood, New Jersey. What about the center? Is that important? Mr. Coffee, you don't remember a long time ago you made a Facebook post about some kind of sub sandwiches at some place that makes the rolls. They use pickles for rolls or something on Facebook. That's like really, really like right next door to where I grew up. That's like the town over from where I lived, like walking distance. I mean, I probably like rode my bike over there when I was a little kid. Alright, we're going to go for e4 or a5. My pawn is falling. Dude, this position is starting to freak me out. What about another option? Do we have any other options? Options are becoming rather limited here. Damn. Cooking Rooks donated 1,000 bits. It's a... I never saw anything like that in my life, like living there. But there are always those big pickles you could buy in the store. It's a local thing, maybe. I don't know. I never saw those big pickles in brine or whatever. Not something you see everywhere. Wow. Bishop takes a4. You were entering the Twilight Zone. Yeah, I don't know. What's up with this? This is insanity. Just, dude, I don't know what to do. Does anybody know what's going on here? All I know is I don't want to lose my central pawn, but I'm probably going to lose it anyway. He's 1868. Check out the chaos he just unleashed on me. Unleashing absolute chaos. Knight takes a4. Yeah, I hear about the pickle juice. They do that, yeah. So there's worse things you could do. Wow. Master of Tension. This is an amazing game by Black. Like, seriously. Check him out. Wow, finally a blunder. With 10 seconds left. He had it completely figured out. And I was screwed. Look at this position. He had figured everything out. Oh, I miscalculated. I thought I would mess up, but I didn't. He doesn't have a way to attack that again. So he was never winning. Yeah, it was a crazy game. He was equal. He was better at one point in the complications. I mean, that's crazy, man. You just keep like creating more and more insane complications. Thanks to cooking rooks. Wow. Does a great job preventing cramps or stopping cramps. You mean pickle juice? I'll keep that in mind. I wish this tournament could go on forever. Forever and ever and ever. Cooking Rooks, thank you for a generous donation. Uber driver actually managed to beat Sumaher, knocking him back to reality. The time is probably like 4 minutes to 1 when Sumaher resigned. Let's see. No, the time was actually equal. He just dropped a piece. He was greedy. He was fine in an equal position. He grabbed an A pawn. He's going to lose it back. And then he was just kind of greedy and simply dropped a piece to bishop b4. So tournament, Uber driver. I haven't played Uber driver yet. Ask me, what's happening? Uber driver left? Wait, what? We started a new round? Oh. We started a new round. What round is this? It's round 8. Answer my own questions. Thank you, Cookie Brooks, for donating. We got a bit leader for the week. I'm going to get revenge for Acerbate. There's really nothing special, Cooking Rooks. Thank you very much. Nothing special I can do here against Hayes Miro, except go into what we know. What you know? I played d5 last time. He seemed to like that. So let's keep it in a different realm. The move 11 variation, you say? Move 11 famous for playing a6 in this position. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. Maybe move 11's... You're back to a6? That's a relatively new discovery. The first reference I know of is Vaigantsev, and that... Vaigantsev is interesting. Is this Perelstein, Kaidanov? Kaidanov, Perelstein? Bishop b5 check, knight d7. You can't leave Miro alone with the chessable for too long, or he starts playing like a master. I've never ever played this move in my life, but I know that they play it. Them newfangled dudes. Alright. This, I think, was Perelstein. Kaidanov, where Kaidanov beat him in a slightly better position later on. What would Roman do? E6, h3, take, knight e7. It looks kind of weird, but it's playable. No. I don't remember the Perelstein game that we went over. He and I were studying with Roman at the same time. And Eugene, like, completely absorbed all of his opening repertoire. I didn't really everything, just what I wanted to play. I started playing Accelerated Dragon. What do we got here? Knight c6? That's the point, to avoid that, right? What about a6? Nefedov, what? Nefedov. Late join. You got your lichess puzzle rating up to around 1950 over the past week? Cooking Rook, seriously? Dude, that's decent. Yeah, sorry, Pavel. It's not like Arena, so we can't join after halfway. I'm good. I'm glad to see you join us for the stream. How are the little Nefedovs? Nefedov Juniors. My son had like all these tests for 3rd grade today. He was super stressed out. I was thinking, man, 3rd grade wasn't like that when I was in school. We didn't even have homework. I don't remember having homework in 3rd grade. It's like, what is the world coming to? My son was stressed out because of his 3rd grade. Although I had my worst teacher of all time in 3rd grade. She was a bully. She called me the fog for daydreaming in class in front of all the other kids and like traumatized me. I don't stream for chess, I just do my own therapy here. But it was a defining moment of my education. Like, calling kids nicknames in front of the classmates? Really? She was a physical education teacher by trade. I still hold a grudge till today. No one ever gave me like, I think it was the only time I had like a D in a class. In 3rd grade, your biggest decision would be whether to play dodgeball or tag at recess. Yeah, but she was a phys ed teacher. It's ridiculous. She was the only teacher that ever abused me, like, verbally, in a way. You know, not yelling at me, but, like, to call someone, like, a nickname, so the other kids are, like, making fun of you. What kind of 3rd grade teacher does that? But anyway, I just asked Nefedov how your kid's doing, and I started thinking about my son being stressed about school, which brought me back to 3rd grade. But I just don't know where the world is headed if 3rd graders are stressed about their upcoming tests. But I really rose to the occasion and my academics improved. The only thing I ever remember from that year was like puking once in class. The only time I ever puked in class was the same year. Coincidence? Probably not. No, probably it was. Alright, Hayes Miro is getting a little carried away here. You're getting a little carried away now, don't you think? You've done this before. You have a tendency to kind of go with the flow. You got your queen on a3 now? Really? He is a genius, though. This guy. Wow, that's amazing. We have that in common. That's amazing, Move 11. It was my map skills book. It was like a stomach virus or something. I wasn't traumatized from teacher abuse. I think I just had some bug. but it's a strange coincidence. Indeed. It's always the third grade. Now everyone's going to start reverting. Hey, it's Miro. He goes with the flow. Flow master. My knight has no squares where it would be protected. We always talk about the coolest stuff here on my stream. It's very intimate and romantic. What was the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you in third grade? Alright. Yep, you got it. But I just remember getting in trouble because of her. So hey, it's Miro. Trapping my king in the center. Usually your contributions to the stream are a little more constructive, Mozart. But I guess you're literally joining in, going with the flow, so to speak. So, yeah, I have a shortage of trolls. I really need more. They've been a little more plentiful lately. Look at him probing with the bishop on g7. That should be like psychoanalyzed, the move bishop g7. Cookie Rooks gifted tier 1 sub to Mozart. Thank you, man. Well, I guess my king is in the center now. Thank you, Cooking Rooks. Rooking Rooks. So it's going to degenerate into this like trashy bullet game now. Hey, Miro has good compensation for the sacrificed pawn. It's like a wing gambit, basically. You know, in retrospect, maybe bishop h6 to g7 was best. It's a concrete plan, you know. You know. Just please don't sacrifice anything. If you have to sacrifice something, sacrifice your own pieces. Migration. Maybe if I was like a French defense player, I would view this position differently. Game over. Or like, what does the French defense player say to himself here? What does Gregory Kaidanov think about this position? Man, that was an easy game. Or now where am I going to put my king again? What's the deal? What are you doing over there? Just ignores me completely. He's in ignore mode. Teach you to ignore me. Yeah, he's just like tilted into maniac mode. Are you sure? There has to be like a terminology for this. I see it a lot. It's like judging how desperate or panicked you have to be in certain positions. I see here like, hey, it's Miro panicking way too early. Now there is a chance we could blunder, as always. What we need is a term like panic level. Panic level 5. He's seriously trying to hurt me here. Should give it up, man. I just had F3 for free and I didn't take it. Man, that's really dumb. Now he's going to start making good moves. Almost. The F3 was his weak. That was his mental block on F3. Yeah, I mean, that's why you shouldn't play. Cherniak would love this. Another French defense player. Years ago, Alex visited me here in Budapest. I haven't seen him since 2000, like 2008. I think he was here. Although he's still playing chess. I saw he played Gibraltar. He still plays some international tournament every year. Wow, he's living in Ecuador? That's crazy. Interesting guy. We always got along well. The last round. I think I lost my shortest ever tournament game against Cherniak, where I had this weird hallucination and lost in like 7 moves. So Sumaher beat Palots to have 7 out of 8 going into the last round. Ecuador. Now Colombia is where all the protests are now. Carlos Matamoros Franco, Grandmaster from Ecuador. Way more chess players from Colombia than Ecuador. Marto Fierro is another player from Ecuador. But that's about all I know. Alright, 31 viewers. 31 viewers. Thank you, Cooking Rooks, for the gift sub. Mozart is a master player. Master level player who I knew in my former life. That's a quality gift sub. Sumaher, we've got 7. Who's still playing? Oh, the Doctor. The Doctor is in. The Doctor hopefully... Wow. Doctor hopefully plays... Sumaher in the last round. Takes him out and I play Astrobate. So those are the pairings we want to see. Slaggy, Astrobate, Dr. Tripchance versus Sumaher. You think Alex was the least predictable master? Well, he did almost always play the French. But as far as individual moves, yeah, you could probably predict maybe his opening. At least the French. I never thought about that, you know, who was the most predictable in terms of moves. Interesting way of qualifying people. Alright, last round. This is training for my tournament coming up in... Somebody asked me today Do I have any like training? I mean, my training is this. I have a tournament in July. Alex came here and played in an IM tournament. I think it was around 2007 or 2008. But I did notice he played like 2 years ago, actually right before the pandemic, the last Gibraltar. So maybe 2020 actually. I think he played in the Gibraltar tournament in 2020 when they actually had the event. Alex would get really mad when he lost. That's right, Uber driver. He would sometimes get really mad, but he never like took it out on people. He just like blamed himself. He would turn like red and get really mad. But he's a really gentle person. You know, he would never really like show anger to others. Just like internalize it. He did have this like habit of talking to himself. He would sort of mumble, though I guess a lot of chess players do that. Chess players are like that. The game I wish is happening. What am I? Am I not in the tournament? Did I get kicked out? Dude, where's the tournament? The game I wish is happening. Acerbate. Dude, are the exact pairings happening? I called it. Acerbate, Sparkle Horse, and Dr. Tripchance versus Sumahair? Or do I have just half? I should go on a betting site and start putting money on football. Dude, I called the pairings. What is the statistical chance of that? I didn't even look at the cross table. Acerbate is like one of the lowest rated players in the tournament, but it's happened before that I played him in the last round. So I was just joking. But his Benoni is gonna get pretty strong. I know what to do to take him. His apartment building burnt down. He was sifting through all the rubble, covered in soot and filth, and then cheered when he finally found his hard drive with all his opening analysis on it. Wow. Yeah, he's probably got all his analysis on chess-based files. That's alright. Like, he lost everything. But as long as you save, you know, everything from your life is gone. But as long as you save your opening analysis, it's okay. That's pretty funny, man. He loved chess. Loves chess. Acerbate just sacked a pawn for nothing with b5. What about knight h3 versus the other alternative? Man, he was threatening a vicious bishop takes h3 there. Now he's trapping my bishop out on b5. He's not joking around, man. I'm getting out of here. I didn't know that must have happened since I saw him. But, he had a good score against me early on. I had a really tough time with him in our early games, and then started to do better. I'm not sure if I ever equaled the score. He might still have a plus score against me. I think I beat him a couple times in our last encounters, but he had beaten me like +4. I'm probably still -2 against him. All these years later. We haven't played since forever. Acerbate, take your time. But he's a solid player. And a fighter. Alright. I want to know where your knight is going. You know what's amazing about Acerbate? He's able to play a decent game without any calculation whatsoever. Basically, he's not calculating. Okay, this is an anticlimactic last round game, but you're just winging it. Knight f3 check. Crazy house. Crazy horse. He just gave me a knight. He has knight d3 and played knight f3 check because he didn't realize he had knight d3. Acerbate, it looks like you're throwing the game on purpose. You're going to ruin my reputation with moves like that. Seriously, man, that looks bad. Looks bad for the reputation. But he's still fighting. You know, f5 is literally black's best move in that position for sure, positionally. There is a slight problem with being down a piece. But I don't know what to do. How do I make progress here? Seriously, do I like take on f5? b3? There's no... This guy's a genius. He just needs some self-control. You know, Acerbate, there's no doubt. He has a high IQ, but his self-control is a little bit low. He uses not enough time. And you're impatient. You're too impatient. How about knight e2? Yeah, knight f3 is great. It's great. If he was so focused on that queen and king fork that he wanted to make it work. I think he just didn't see he had knight d3. What's your favorite opening? I have to say, like, the Sicilian, probably. I never really changed since the very early part of my starting out in chess. I've been faithful to playing e4 c5 as my main defense against e4. But I'm happy I found knight e2. This was a good maneuver. Pretty much finishing him off. There's still the f3 square. He's focusing on that now. Maybe queen h5. And he'll sacrifice anything to achieve his goal of creating a threat, basically. White's totally winning by like +6 here. But if he sees this one chance, you know, he'll go for it. I tell everybody my first opening wasn't a Sicilian. I first tried the Pierts. And I continue to play the Pierts occasionally. Now the f3 square. You can't be too careful these days. He managed to defend everything in that whole sequence. He saved, even giving up his R-square bishop. That was like the first opening book, the Pierts for the Tournament Player by Dr. John Nunn, that I owned. I still have to this day somewhere. It is an odd first opening. I think I just went through the US Chess Federation catalog and like picked out a book at random or something. I don't remember how. It's been too long ago. I just don't remember how that came to pass. Frankly, it is a weird first opening choice. Agreed. He's dropping everything now. When it rains, it pours. There's no way. I'm not going to be greedy. Not going to trick me into trying to play for something cool, so he resigned. We got to 7.5. Now the ultimate showdown. Trip Chance playing what looks like a Sicilian Grand Prix. Oh, no, so Trip Chance is black. What the heck was this? A 4 pawns attack? King's Indian? Dr. Trip Chance, did you play the Benoni? So Dr. Trip Chance actually has more time by a minute. And at the beginning of our stream, he said no one was faster than him. But I've been commentating on how fast Sumaher was in this tournament. He was minutes ahead of some relatively fast players. Black Queen nearly trapped. Horseshoes and hand grenades. I don't know, Sumaher took his chess vitamins today, or he's really dialed in. He's definitely not 1600 in bullet chess. What? Okay, white is what? Down a pawn or equal? Equal pawns. Blockaded the queen side? I don't know. I'm not quite sure what's happening here. I don't want to give moves to the players that might be watching. But I think that's the most logical sequence we just saw. Way to sacrifice the pawn. The thing that makes the most impression to me here is the fact that black has a white squared bishop. Now it's coming out. Black's white squared bishop is totally unopposed. So objectively, black's up a pawn and has more time. A very powerful pawn. Oh, he's actually up 2 pawns. So basically, white is now reduced to cheap tricks at this point. Down a pawn with no compensation. But I don't want to play Dr. Trip Chance. I gave that up. I don't have a good score against him. Last week, Dr. Trip Chance hung 2 rooks in a single move. You took them both and you still lost? Are you serious? Yeah, he's capable of making blunders. But the time is tough. He's 2300 in bullet, which I think seems a little low, frankly. Now there are instances where he'll like get excited and kind of go too far. Look at this calm move. Rook e7 is class. School is open. That hurts. So that's it, man. The Asterbait maneuver. The Asterbait maneuver decides. Asterbait basically decided this tournament. The Asterbait maneuver and Asterbait's the Benoni. One last gasp. Still alive. Ooh, that kind of hurts. That one kind of hurts. Man. So what was the opening? Oh, you actually played a straight up Benoni. That's a good choice because I think that Dr. Sumaher has a little bit more, knowledge of the King's Indian probably. All right. Final standings. Is everyone done? Wow, I won the tournament. but a really shaky performance rating of 23-26. Yeah, I'm losing rating points. I predicted the pairings: Sparkle Horse Acerbate and Sumahair Dr. Trip Chance. That's the fairness of the Swiss system. I actually called it without looking at the cross table. It was just like you like asked for your ideal pairings and you got it. Not very fair. I win the tournament, don't feel good about it. Sumahair finishes second with a 23-41 performance. Uber Driver, solid as always, with 21-21. Dr. Tripchance just played 5 games. He was held to a draw by Palots. Really nice job there by the young Palots, Hungarian junior player, to draw with Dr. Tripchance. Good job. Palots got 4.5 and finished 5th. Goiju got 4.5. Zhernvlad got 4.5. Zenchess had to leave early after thankfully settling for a half point against me. Hey, it's Miro got 4. Sort of what happened at the end? Oh, you lost against me. Alright. What happened in the last round with Hey, it's Miro? Oh, he lost to Palots? Oh, he made a mouse slip. That was painful. He played Bishop H6. I was talking about Bishop H6, Bishop G7 in Hey, it's Miro's previous game. Then he dropped Bishop H6, mouse slip. Cheesy Noob with 3. We had a total of 20 players. Acerbate got paired with me with 2 points out of... We need more players for this tournament. So bring your friends. Bring the family. I don't feel good about this, but I'll take it. Thanks to all the players who donated. Cooking Rooks, Miro, Mr. Coffee, Move 11. We got a gift sub. We had gift subs from Cooking Rooks. We had a gift sub, or I thought it was multiple gift subs for Mozart. Anyway, alright guys, so we're going to be back tomorrow morning. 11 a.m. tomorrow. CEST. None of my friends are ever streaming when I'm done streaming, so I can't raid my buddies. I will be back with the great Arnold Schwarzenegger tomorrow at 11 a.m. CEST. Thank you, everybody. Nice job, Mr. Coffee. We'll keep the line open for the poll and other news. On Thursday is subscriber stream, so you can submit a game to analyze. Thanks, Esmarchea. Submit a game. We've got only 2 games so far out of 10 submitted for, or 3 games out of 10 have been submitted for Thursday's subscriber stream. So please do so. Thanks, Mr. Coffee. Thanks, everybody, for your support. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for some Blitz. Bye-bye.